Have you ever imagined showing your hands empty, reaching into thin air, and then simply pulling out a red silk? Now, if I had asked you to simply imagine that, you would have said, you know what, Nana? That's impossible. Unless, of course, I were a magician. Here's the secret. Anything's possible. George Danzig was a math PhD student at UC Berkeley in the 1930s, and George was always late to class. So one day, in usual fashion, he was late to class. He showed up to class and he quickly copied the two homework problems from the board and then went to go work on them. Now, interestingly, these problems, George was really smart. He was one of the smartest in the class. But these problems were more complicated than usual. So he worked on them for, they probably took him a couple days, 3 days to finally figure them out. So he took his results to the professor, and neither the professor nor anyone in the class could believe their eyes. Why? Because the two problems weren't just any old homework problems. They were two problems that no mathematician in the world had ever been able to solve. Do you know why George solved them? Because he believed they were simply homework problems. And with that mindset, he knew that he should have been able to solve them. Had he been on time to class, I guarantee you, he wouldn't have solved them, because the problems would have been framed as these two complex problems that no one had ever been able to crack. So he would have left the class with that mindset, and not with the mindset of, I can conquer these. I can beat these problems. I'm supposed to figure them out. I'm supposed to solve them. So here's the secret of being a magician, being the magician of your life and believing that anything's possible. If you enter any problem, any business venture, any whatever it is, with the mindset of, I should be able to do this, I can do this, I am smart enough to solve this, you will eventually fulfill that prophecy and be able to do it. The same is true for the negative thinking. I'm not able to do this. I'm not good enough. I'll never be promoted. That's also self-fulfilling prophecy. And if you think like that, it's highly likely that those negative things will happen in your life. So remember, anything's possible. And if you have the mindset that anything is possible, just like pulling a red silk out of your hand or solving two complex math problems like George Danzig, if you believe that anything's possible, then everything and anything is indeed possible. This is Nana Danso signing off from Live Your Magic Life.